What is up, Sooner Nation? Welcome back to the Sooner Surge for preseason projection awards for Sooner softball. It gets started this Thursday, February 8th, in the Puerto Vallarta Classic against Utah Valley. Before we get started again, make sure you check out the Fan Stop. 10% off your first 3 months if you use code SURGE. Hop on there and check them out. Today, the Jocelyn Alo Award for the projected home run leader of the 2024 season. Nominees are Tiare Jennings, Kenzie Hansen, and Alyssa Brito, guys.
Yeah, I'll open it up with Alyssa Brito. Improved the last 3 years in the home run totals for Brito. Freshman year at Oregon, she hit 10 home runs. First year at OU, she hit 14. Last year at OU, her second year, she hit 17. With that, her batting average improved. She's just improved with the bat consistently over the last 3 years, and I would think that that's going to be the case this year for the Sooners and continue to get more production out of Alyssa Brito's bat and probably the highest home run total she's had over her Sooner career.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about Kenzie Hansen. Kenzie Hansen, she's had 2 years where she's, I would say, a lot better. 1 year in particular, her second year at Oklahoma, she had 24 home runs, which I would 24 again this year will have her close to the lead, I think. She had 13 last year. I think this year is going to be a great year for Kenzie Hansen. I also think she might get some days off from behind the plate, either be that EH or play another position, maybe first bat, who knows? But I think she'll get some time off, and that could help her with her bat. And I look for her to have a big, powerful year this year, and I'm expecting great things from Kenzie Hansen.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about Tiare Jennings, in which, she's someone that is chasing second place all-time in college softball for home runs, right? Freshman year, she had 17. Sophomore year, she had 29. Last year, she had 27. So obviously, you would have to think that's something that's on her mind. So she's going to want to step up to the plate this year, have the chance to hit a lot of bombs. And Tiare Jennings, over her 3 years here, she's been the epitome of consistency for this team. She shows up day in and day out, right? You know what you're going to get from Tiare Jennings. She's going to show up no matter the situation. And I think that she probably will end up getting second all time in college softball in home runs. And I think that, whenever you talk about all three of these players, they all three have a legit shot to lead this team in home runs.
Hey, real quick question. I know we're going to get to the winner in a minute, but real quick question, guys. What do you think the home run total for the leader is of this team this year?
Well, I'm going to go 25 or above is what I'll say. But, hey, Jackson, Tiare had 17 last year was her lowest total. I think you said that was last year. Yeah, that was last year. But the other years, of course, she had Alo near her. And I think what's going to you could almost say hinder some of these, but it can't because they're so deep. You can't really pitch around one of the players on OU's team because they're just so deep down through the order. I like to think that anything above 25 is going to be the home run leader. And I think someone gets above 25. And the three we're talking about, Alyssa Brito, Kenzie Hansen, and Tiare Jennings, in my opinion, have a very, very good shot at all three being over 20. That's what I'm really high on that.
Yeah, Tiare Jennings, Jackson mentioned it, close to becoming the second home runs in NCAA history. She needs 23 to pass Lauren Chamberlain on that list. So I would think that that's a real possibility. But, Jeremy mentioned it. Kenzie Hansen's hit 24 home runs before. She's had a lot of pop. You saw those numbers increase towards the end of the season. I think that kind of rolls over to this season. Alyssa Brito as well, just continuing to improve. I think a lot of home runs are going to be hit at Love's Field, and a lot of them from these three.
Yeah, and Jeremy, you mentioned above 25. I think the leader this year, 30 home runs. 30 home runs for Oklahoma.
Yeah, Jay, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I think there's a good argument. But
what do you disagree? Like, what are you thinking, Jackson?
Well, I'm thinking that there's going to be 3 or 4 players that are going to hit somewhere in between the 20 and 25 range. I think it's going to be a really close group, but I agree with more with Jeremy that the leader's probably is going to have closer to that 25 mark than the 30 mark.
That's fair. That's fair. I think somebody, and I think also playing in a new stadium, I don't know. I think sometimes that maybe juices you up even more. I could see them really,
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Hunter? It kind of
I get what you're saying, but there's only been 2 Sooners ever hit 30 home runs in a season. That's
one of them
Jocelyn
this award's
Alo.
named after.
Yeah, one of them the award's named after. The other one's Lauren Chamberlain, who at the time was the NCAA home run leader before Jocelyn Alo. So 30, that's a big number. I would stick more into that mid-20s, maybe even Tiare or into where Tiare got her freshman or sophomore year at 29, somewhere in there. I think 30 is just, that's like it's for softball, that seems like the 50 number for baseball. Like it's just so hard to get to that 30 number. A lot of players will come close. Just actually past 30 is just extremely rare.
Well, and also you gotta remember the run rules. You take a couple of innings.
That's the other thing.
Game,
you're losing.
You're
losing so many at bats.
Yeah, Chamberlain and Alo, they were run rolling people, but not like they were last year. You do eliminate an at bat in some of these cases. So
yeah, so the moment everyone's been waiting for. We want you viewers to drop your winner, who you think, who's your projected home run winner of the 2024 season for the Jocelyn Alo Award. Sooner Surge has voted. We've discussed it, and the Sooner Surge, the inaugural Jocelyn Alo Award for projected home run leader for 2024 season is Alyssa Brito. I think we all think that the increase in home runs is going to continue this year, that she's going to take the next step from 17. She's going to continue to be on that upward climb in the home runs.
Yeah, but I see Alyssa having an outstanding year. And you know what, Jeremy, you mentioned earlier about pitching around players, and there's really no one to pitch around. That's a great point, because you pitch around Brito, and who do you get to? I mean, and she's going to get that bat. She's going to be up high in the order, and so she's going to get more bats than who knows where Hansen and all these other players are going to be. But she's going to get a lot of at bats, and she's going to have a great year, I think.
Yeah, I think Alyssa Brito gets to that mid-20s, 25, 26 mark to lead the team. Because like we said, there's going to be a lot of home runs hit. It's going to be spread out throughout this lineup. I think Brito, just with how much she has improved every single year, takes that final big jump in her senior season at OU.
Yeah, and I think I've said it over and over about Brito, but I really love her swing. And truly, I think it's a beautiful and flawless swing. And, I think if you have a great swing, I'm not saying that automatically is going to lead to you hitting more home runs, but your contact is going to be at a higher rate. And there's an argument that she even has the best eye on the whole entire team, because there was a lot of times where she'd get to 3-0 counts and where she'd get to 0-2 counts and she would get it to a walk or something. So she just really has that ability. And, I think she's going to be in for a special year to show, in my opinion, why no matter if she plays third or short, she has a chance to be one of the best, if not the best, at that position in all softball.
And there it is. Jocelyn Alo Award for projected home run leader. Sooner Surge going with Alyssa Brito. Make sure you drop your comments and your projections in the comment section of this video. Again, check out the Fan Stop. Use code SURGE for 10% off. Also, if you're not a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, hop on that today as well. Appreciate you watching the videos. Till next time, Boomer.
Soon.